Hi there, this is it's me again. I would like to, there you go. I would like to explain about this utility patent again. This from the Japanese company. Uh, I made a small error. It was filed on March the 21st, 1994, and at the same time, it was granted in April the 30th of 1996, which it shouldn't have been granted because it's the same thing. It's the same thing. And then I read to you the laws of one of the federal statutes that someone is from abroad, as they came up with the idea on their own or not, on a patent law, you cannot get a patent for the same thing that's abroad, that somebody already invented. Now, let me give you an example. Okay, put this back here. Now this is like a paper prototype, but has the shape of the Biore. This is what I made for the show, the jury, if it would have went to trial. This is my product. Okay. Flexible strip. Okay. Has a pad on it, the second layer. That's the only difference. What it's made for is a special type of multifacial cleanser that can use to remove oil fluids, cleanse the skin, keep the skin from being infected, and it can also be processed used for sinuses, like I said before. But let's get back to the pores, or cleansing the pores. Because as we know, or as you know, a lot of oil fluid builds up in the nose area, and that we use the strip to apply finger pressure. As I stated before early in the videos, the fluid comes out of the nose, clings onto the strip. The second layer has a absorbent pad that can be impregnated with any type of medicine the manufacturer chooses to do so. Drain the fluid, sticks onto the top of the strip, go up or downward position to remove the waste from the skin, and you throw it away. Now, the Biore flexible strip used for the nose area that you impregnated with water. You apply it to the nose area, wait till it dries, then you slowly peels it off, which opens your pores with whatever oil fluids is backed up in the pores of the skin of the nose. It's supposed to cleanse on to this flexible strip that's for the nose area that is also adhesive. And that goes back to the rewrite. Now, as you remember, let's go back to the Market Corporation. And let's go back to my drawings. Remember, I showed you that I came up with a new product perspective of a multi-purpose facial cleanser. Not only that can cleanse and open the pores of the nose or different parts of the body, but it can also be used for sinus purposes. Okay? And this is a strip that sticks to the skin, such as the rewrite. It's the same thing. Two strips, bite position, nose bridge. Bite position, Biore. Disposable after use, nose bridge. disposable after use. Biore. So, whereas I'm getting this, that, like I stated before, my invention was created first. I was the originator of, like, the start of the wheel. Everything comes after that. They infringed on my patents like someone would infringe on your property. Order for somebody to infringe on your property if they walk on your property, take something off your property, or build something on your property without your permission. But if you give your permission to do so, they can come on your property, they can build something on your property, or whatever that they want to do on your property. If you allow them that information of that it's okay for them to come on your property, then they're not infringing on your property. But if you're not allowing them to come on your property and they're coming on there anyway, that's infringement. It's the same thing with products. This is consider your property, and that the government promise of these patents is supposed to be protection of your property, to not allow someone to take your property. And that's what the federal courts did. People of this country that's in high places, such as the federal government, and that's the reason why, to my recollection, I believe a lot of people was upset with Washington, such as myself, as what the president would say, is due to the fact that they is only for the ones that already have something, the ones that got money, the ones that got power, the ones that's already got it all. And the ones that's trying to get there, look, I just want to just live a decent life. I'm an inventor, I'm an auto worker. I just want to get paid and a decent buck where I can take care of myself. I'm not trying to win the Fortune 500 or be in a Fortune magazine or anything, whatever you want to call it. I just want to just live my life until it's time for the man to say, hey, it's time for you to go. But man has the tendency to be jealous of another man for what they're trying to do in their lives, and it's, to me, it's crazy. I guess because I'm a technical person. I've always been like that since I was a kid. Okay? And I guess by me being technical, that's what kept me out of trouble. That's what kept me going or trying to be positive, even though we live in a negative world with some people that surround you every day. Okay? Now, these patents that I received years ago, it was really joyful, man. I feel that I accomplished something when I received these patents. But they wasn't even cold yet before these people started coming out with different strips. And then what's unbelievable is that the patent office allowed that to happen because I was a little guy. And I don't think that's fair at all. And whoever is looking at this, lawyers or judges, you know what I'm saying is true. Now, in my own state of mind, Ohio, Cleveland, Ohio, I have been around and talked to several patent lawyers. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be straight up with you, they was cold-blooded. You know, I had one that told me that they wouldn't take my case because of the color of my skin. He said, well, I don't have to worry about you telling somebody that because I can deny it, and at the same time, it'd be hard for them to believe it. And if they believe it, they ain't going to tell you about it. That's why I had one guy told me that. So that's why I decided to represent myself at that day and time. And bless his heart, Stephen B. Chesler, not only I consider that he's a lawyer, but he was somewhat also a friend. Because he wasn't like them big shot lawyers that I mean, he was after a buck for where he can, let's put it this way, he was the type of lawyer that wanted to help people. And like I stated before, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have never got these patents. I wouldn't have never got this far if it wasn't for his education of law enforcement, of being a lawyer, and showing me how to keep my case in court when it was in court. And I had also patent lawyers that fought among themselves, that some say, oh, it's not patent infringement, and some said it is. Now, folks, I just showed you some statutes and read some statutes out that relates to my case that show you that it is patent infringement. If it wasn't, they wouldn't, let's put it this way, they would allow me to go to court. But it's about money and power, I guess. Money and power. And if the patent office continued to go to this trade to not protect the inventor for his or her idea, then they shouldn't even be in existence. They shouldn't even be there. Because these are the rules that you quoted me, that if someone takes my idea, these are the rules that you made me, the inventor, knowledgeable about, that you'd be there to protect me. But you didn't do that. You didn't do that at all. I wouldn't be surprised at saying, well, you know, he got his patent, so he should just be satisfied with that, and that's it. It's through history that blacks been taken of their ideas. And I'm one of them, and I just showed you. And also been history that the little guy, maybe is they black or white, that their inventions were stolen by big corporations. And they had tried and tried to get it to court, but they used money to deny them to go to court. Or they set up these rules during the litigation process so it can just drag on out, you know. And that's another thing that's not fair. But going back to the late Dr. Robert Kearns, a flash of genius, he was blessed once again and lucky that that federal judge let him bring his case to trial, gave him the type of court that he wanted, and that's why he was able to win. If that would have happened with me, as a judge would have been gave me in the court some type of cooperation, I would have had these guys. I would have showed to the jury of my data conception that I was the originator of that idea. That's the patent office knows this. The people that works there long enough knows that you go by documents to show who is the true inventor of the creation of that invention. And in my case, they didn't do that. So because of technology, I decide to, with the internet, to show people that you're looking at the originator of the strip that go across the nose area. I invented that. I invented the idea of a strip to go across the nose. I invented the idea of the strip to cleanse the nose, to drain fluids out of the nose and skin. And I came up with the idea of showing that a strip can also open the sinuses. These other people that's out there that's making money off my idea, they did not invent that. They did not create that. It was stolen from me. And it's sad to say that the courts didn't back me up. It's sad to say that I was unable to find a lawyer, a patent lawyer, to try to help me get my case back in court, to sue these people that stole my invention. And yet, they still running around free, making money off another man's invention, like Dr. Robert Kearns stated when he was in trial about his case of the intermittent windshield wiper switch, that once again I'm going to state that he stated that it's wrong for a man to take credit of another man's idea. Now, I worked hard for that, and I worked honest for that. But my own region, my own territory where I grew up at, Cleveland, Ohio, treated me like I was a criminal also, of the law enforcement, in this town, in this city, in this state alone. And I just want you to remember this before I let you go. For those who are judges, for those who are attorneys, for those who that's into law, maybe patent law or just regular law, you know, if you're not really for the individual that comes to you that you later on represent, or not, or you just there just for a paycheck, or just there for your own common everyday goods, then you got no business being there. You had no right to be there. If you're just there to use your educational law to legally take from folks, then you don't need to be there. You don't need to be there. Once again, I'd like to thank whoever is viewing these videos for taking your time out witnessing my patent infringement case. And for those struggling inventors and those who just not getting into being an inventor, I wish you luck. God bless, and thank you. Oh, P.S. I'd like to also state this to the folks that was at the Democrat convention. Obama, along with Clinton and others that was up there on stage at the convention, what they said about Washington is right. There's no type of cooperation. What Bill Clinton had stated, what Elizabeth Warren has stated about the system is rigged, it is. Like I stated before, you got nothing but legalized gangsters that's in Washington, D.C. with suits. That's what makes it worse. You're supposed to help people that vote for you. You're supposed to help people that comes to you, that shows you that things or something was taken from them, such as myself, such as these patents. What's good of these patents if the law don't stand up to be the law? And last but least, I like to say to Barack Obama, I hope that you get back in there, because this other guy getting in there, that's it. We're going to lose even more. And Obama is right about a lot of things. I believe that he's a good president. If it wasn't for him to inspire me, I guess I wouldn't make this video also. It's not just for Dr. Robert Kearns, but also the Obama administration. I really look up to that guy. He really inspires me, and he tells the truth about things. And one thing I like about this guy, he's like Bill Clinton say, he's cool on the outside, but he burns on the inside. And that's what matters, because you don't let your cool on the outside, because the enemy will know where you're coming from then. But when you burn on the inside, it's showing that your wits, you have wits of what to do on the outside. Thank you, everybody, and thank you for taking the time out to view these videos, to show you that, once again, I'm the true inventor of the strip apparatus to go across the nose. Thank you, and goodbye.